Hello friends, how are you? My name is Corbin Reed and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I am bringing you powder bathroom makeover. My powder bathroom is actually one of the first rooms that I did when I moved into this house. And I just sort of slapped some dark paint on the walls because I was trying to lean into the cave nature. Like most powder bathrooms, this one doesn't have a window. But then it sort of started to become like a junk den for all of the pictures, for all of the art that I didn't want to use somewhere else in my house. And it just started to feel unintentional and cluttered, like a lot of the spaces in my home that I've been making over and really minimizing. It's more about focusing on streamlining the design and minimizing the design, less decor, more design in terms of like woodwork, on like millwork on the walls or wallpaper, or being intentional about the paint or the rug or whatever, and just making sure everything speaks to each other, not just in that room, but also throughout my home. I'm gonna show you how I transformed my builder grade laminate front cabinet vanities into these fluted, almost like oak colored, light white oak colored vanities with brass hardware. They look absolutely beautiful and so interesting with a shaker style edge, but the fluted detail on the face front. And then how I added chair rail and paint. I sort of built my own chair rail in a way. I sort of beefed it up. And I'll be showing you how I used wallpaper and styling to complete the bathroom. So if that sounds of interest to you, please keep on watching and see how it all unfolds.
Okay, so this is a quick look at what the bathroom was like before with the dark paint I was talking about, that old kind of long towel bar, and I'm starting with the laminate front cabinets here. So I'm just taking off all of the hardware, and I took them out to the garage and I cleaned them down with some, I believe this is called like TCC spray. I'll leave it linked down below. I might not be calling it the right thing, but it's a commercial grade cleaning spray that just takes all of the dirt and everything off of the cabinets and makes it so it's easy for them to paint and you're not just getting any oil or grime or anything underneath your paint. Next up, I sanded them down, and that is just to create a rough surface so that when I paint it, it sticks. These are just poplar boards, craft poplar boards that I got from the hardware store. They're about 1/4 inch thick and I believe about 1.5 inches wide, and I'm just cutting them down to size, and I'm going to use liquid nails and brad nails to attach them to the face of the cabinet to create a shaker style cabinet door. This is going to extend the life of these cabinets. What can tend to happen with laminate front cabinets, or usually happens after about a year or so, is the laminate starts peeling off the front, especially because of the moisture in the room. So this is just going to extend the life of them, but also just make them look better. And because these are overlay cabinets and they're all the same sort of thickness and depth, it really works out very nicely. And then this is just a fluted trim that is actually a casing that I picked up also from the hardware store. I believe it's a beechwood, so it's a really nice white hardwood, and it just gets cut down to size to fit right there inside of the frame of the shaker style that I created out of the poplar boards. And yeah, some of them I had to, like you can see this one is too wide, so I had to use my track saw and cut the extra fluting off of the side after I cut it lengthwise where it needed to be.
So I'm lifting this up so you can see. Sorry, excuse my music, but these pieces are not going to be exactly long enough. So I just have to make a rip cut to make them the right length to fit in the box. But then after that, I am good to, I'm gonna use a whitewash gel stain, and that's gonna be it for these. Just like, I'll have to nail them in, wood fill those holes, and then I'm gonna do a whitewash gel stain so that they just are like pure wood. I'm not gonna paint them.
And I'm just quickly showing you how I make the rip cut. I just basically clamped it to the table and then ran my handsaw across a line that I drew and just sort of hand cut it on the edge of this table. Here I am repeating the same process that I used for the poplar boards, liquid nails, and then brad nails to secure the fluted casing into the frame of the shaker style doors. And then I did repeat the same process on all of the drawers, and some of these drawers are actually for the vanity in my guest bathroom. I have gone through my entire house and refaced all of the cabinets to be shaker style doors like this. They don't all have the fluted casing, but they all have the shaker style door now, and they are all repainted because, like I said, they were all laminate front, and I hated it, and I wanted all my cabinets to be uniform. So this is a pre-stain. I highly suggest using this when you are staining wood. It just conditions the wood and ensures that it will absorb the stain evenly, and also that you won't, if you have wood that's very thirsty, like pine tends to be super thirsty. Hardwoods like poplar are not as intense, but it just ensures that you don't use too much gel stain when you actually get to the stain of the wood and the wood doesn't suck it up. But this is more so just to make sure it sucks it up evenly and you get a nice even look. And hopefully you can see pretty well here how the gel stain the whitewash is taking away any yellow undertones that may have been in the wood. And also just like from the wood filler, just taking that away. Okay, so the doors are off the hinges, and I am putting these fluted pieces down here on the trim because I have the fluted pieces on the door. So just dry fitting it to make sure it looks good. And I'm literally going to have these pieces running all the way across the bottom here so that when the doors are closed, everything looks just like it's one giant piece that was like built for this room. So I'm gonna put them on the sides too. And this is actually looking really, really good. So, yeah. And then it's a little difficult to show, but I'm adding these pieces as well to the side. And I'm also going to flute this. So the idea is to make a box and then add these pieces all through here, all the way up and down. This is really hard to show at this angle, but it's literally the exact same process that I did on the cabinets. I just wanted the vanity when the doors were closed to look like one solid piece, even though I'm really just refacing it. I wanted it to look like it was built this way, and this just helps ensure that that is what happens. So please excuse like the yellow tint. I had yellow Edison light bulbs in this bathroom before. The lighting does get better. It does change. For the fluting of the baseboards, same process, liquid nails, brad nails, and just lining them all up in there and then going to secure them with the nails. Here's everything once it's all done and dried. I'm adding all of the drawers, and the doors have been added back on. And it looks great in my opinion. The only other thing I might change at a later date is the base, the molding at the bottom. I just might get a wood piece and whitewash that as well. But this is how it turned out, and I think it looks like a new vanity. It looks like a new hardwood vanity. Now, the one last step here is to edge band the sides here, because you can see there's still some laminate showing through on the tops and the sides, and I just want it to look like one solid piece of hardwood. So I will address that in a minute, but for now I'm adding this, I think this is more casing. I just got this at Lowe's. I am going around the room and adding a chair rail because I'm going to paint the bottom half of the wall white. I believe Chantilly lace is the color I went for. And so I'm just using a level to add the chair rail. And then on the bottom of that, I'm adding a pre-primed 3.5-inch pine board just to beef the chair rail up so it looks thicker. So when this is all caulked and painted and wood filled and everything, it'll just look like one piece. And then on the corners, I do miter the corners so that they meet nicely. I miter them at a 45-degree angle. And you can see here it's just nice and seamless with that 45-degree angle instead of doing two butts of 90 degrees up against each other. So this goes all the way around the room and it creates that nice division, and all of the angles are mitered, and now I just need to go in and I use putty to fill all of the gaps, and caulk and wood filler for the nail holes. Putty is just better to me for like the bigger gaps. It just is easier to smooth out. So basically I just take like a putty knife and to get it in, push it into the gaps, and then a wet microfiber towel, just smooth it over. This just ensures that I don't have to do as much sanding. I really don't think I had to sand at all. So here we are back to the edge banding. This is a birch edge banding that I got off of Amazon, and basically you just iron it on and then you cut the excess off with a I'm using a box cutter, and I did it on all of the doors as well as the drawers, and this just makes it look like I put a solid hardwood face front on top of the cabinets and the drawers. And I didn't want to bore you too much with painting. We all know what that looks like, but this is the Chantilly lace by Benjamin Moore. And I'm just painting the chair rail, the baseboards, and the bottom half of the wall all the same color. Now I did also add poplar boards to the face frame too, because when you open the cabinets, you can, because they're overlay, you can see that it's white. So I just wanted everything to look really like this is a wood cabinet and not a laminate cabinet.
Okay, so this is a good stopping point. I'm actually about to leave town for the weekend, but I just wanted to get the hardware up, and I'm trying to figure out where I want these knobs to sit. So I'm looking at here, here, or here. I kind of like them in the middle. I kind of feel like it makes it look more like it's a piece of furniture, because then these ones are gonna go in the middle. I don't know. I mean, I kind of feel like you only get one shot. Maybe I split the difference and just do it like, usually I've been doing it 3 inches down, but I kind of like it a little bit further. I don't know. I'm gonna split the difference. 6 inches. Let's do 6 inches here. Okay, that's it. And I'm gonna drill holes and I'll show you what it looks like when they're in.
Knobs are actually solid brass knobs that I get off Etsy. I'll leave the link down below. I use them all over my house. So now I'm just removing the mirror, and I am going to start wallpapering. This is a vinyl wallpaper that I got off of Amazon, which if it's still available, I will also leave a link down below. But I basically measured the length from the ceiling to the chair rail and then cut all bunch of pre-cut sections so that it makes it easier for me to just spray this easy hang spray on the wall, which makes all of this malleable and easy to sort of just move around if I make a mistake and line up properly. And then I just use all of my tools, my squeegee things, to put them on the wall. So once the wallpaper was up, I went ahead and added the mirror back and started adding all of the other hardware that I got for the bathroom. So this is a antique mirror that I got from somebody off of Facebook Marketplace. Then I added this pot rail that I got from IKEA because I wanted to use this little towel hanger, this little hanging basket thing to put hand towels in for guests, which I think is such a nice luxury touch. So this is just a tape trick. You put painter's tape, you mark the holes, then you drill the holes, and then you have the exact distance for where the holes are on the hardware. But yeah, this whole thing is from IKEA, and I think it's just a really nice way to keep stuff off of the floor. And then I did the same thing with the painter's tape trick to hang this brass toilet paper roll that I got off of Etsy from a seller. It's like handmade, and yeah, I think it adds a really nice little touch to have everything the same material. I didn't really mix materials in here at all. Everything is a brass, actual brass or brass tone. And then on the wall, I got another brass piece from another handmade brass piece from a different seller off Etsy. I believe all the hardware are linked. But this is just a brass towel hanger, and it's really nice and heavy. And I just think it's such a pretty piece of jewelry for the wall. Instead of that like long black towel bar that I had there, which I thought looked ridiculous since no one's taking a shower in here. We only needed a hand towel hook. So after I screwed this in, it was time to move on to my favorite part of any project, which is styling. So I wanted something coastal in this bathroom since all of the hardscape is very coastal, and I got that print off of Etsy, and the frame, the seller actually custom made that frame for me. It's a wood frame. It's really high quality. I think it's a Cliff and Ojai, and it's just so pretty, and it's such high quality. The print is such high quality. They print it themselves in their like dark room or workshop or whatever. So I will leave that artist linked down below. That is his photograph, and I think it really adds a nice touch. The wood adds some warmth to the bathroom. This is just a tray that I got from Target. It's like a ceramic tray that I'm putting on top of the toilet so I can add a diffuser and some lavender spray just for guests to use in the powder room. This is just a waffle knit hand towel that I believe I also got from, oh no, this is actually from H&M Home. If they still have it, I'll link it, but I have a feeling they don't. But they have similar ones at Target and places like that. So if I can leave, I just like how neutral it is, and it's a very nice quality hand knit. This is a Studio McGee wool rug that I absolutely adore, this runner, and it's really coordinates nicely with the wallpaper, which I like, and because the floor is plaid and then the wallpaper have those nice kind of almost nautical stripes, so I think they play really nicely off of each other. And then for the vanity, I wanted it to be, of course, pretty and functional. So I am using this marble pedestal bowl and rolled up some microfiber hand towels. You can buy these in like packs of like 20 to 100. I have tons of them, and I like to buy them in the gray because it kind of hides any dirt or whatever might get on them even after you wash them. And then that is a marble chapati antique tray that I adore. And then I'm just using an amber glass soap dispenser and a candle. And that is pretty much it. Those hand towels, after they're done with them, you can put them in the little hamper that's over the toilet. And I just think it's a nice touch if you don't, in the age of COVID, want to use the same hand towel that everybody else is using. And that is it, you guys, for the styling in the bathroom. I kept everything really simple and clean. And I love how it feels like more unified and intentional in this space.
Thank you so much for tuning in today. So if you enjoyed this, I have another really great bathroom makeover that I did in my office bathroom, so be sure to check that out. I will link that here. And if you're not already subscribed, please be sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my upcoming videos. And please be sure to comment down below what your favorite part of this was. If you're gonna try any of these things in your home, I love hearing from you all and just knowing if anything I'm doing is inspiring to do something yourself. And also be sure to follow me over on Instagram over at storydesign_with Corbin Reed. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. Anything you see in this video that I can link will be linked down below in the description box, so be sure to check it out. I hope you have a wonderful week. See you next time.